I think everybody has a story where they're connected to the loss of a loved one through some way or another, be it firsthand experience, a friend, someone. And I think grief will touch us all at one point or another. And so our little trees of light are little beacons of hope and love and guidance and peace. And I think they just bring a little bit of happiness to everyone.
Little Trees of Light started in 2020 as a crafternoon project for home decor for neighbors Allison Ide and Allison Marshall. When people saw them, they asked for little trees of their own.
And then more people asked us, and we realized that we could make a little bit of money and donate the money. So we chose to donate the money for our little trees that year to Lighthouse for Grieving Children and Ian Anderson House, and that's sort of continued from there.
My dad actually passed away at Ian Anderson House before I even knew about palliative care, and I just thought of it as a negative. I'm letting go of my dad is basically what I thought. I didn't want to let him go because I felt like I was giving up on him. But once we went through the process, my dad was only there for 23 hours, and the compassion, the respect, the kindness, just the support that all the staff, the volunteers, and just the environment that we were in was just something that you won't ever experience unless you go through it. And it wasn't scary. It was actually comforting letting him go.
I've been in the teaching world, I've worked with a lot of kids, and I also just believe that at some point in our lives, we're all going to be a grieving child, no matter what age we are. I'm also close with Allison, and I've gone through the journey of her losing her dad.
I know once the trees are done, but if you were not in my inner circle, you didn't know my dad passed. I always spoke as my parents. So this actually turned into my therapy and opening up to people, letting them know, because I didn't talk about it.
This year, they're selling the Heather Collection, a commemorative edition in honor of their neighbor Heather, who helped with the project for the first 2 years.
And we were both working, so we would be after dinner, after the kids went to bed, and we would be out here until midnight, and this friend would come and bring us hot chocolate and Baileys. And unfortunately, she passed this June, so we didn't know what we were doing, but we knew we wanted to do a dedication for her.
In their first year, they built 212, but this year they've built 1,001 trees. Over the last 3 years, they've raised $55,000.
We're thinking to the years ahead, and we really want to focus on hospice care in other communities and grief support for children and their families, and we're going to sort of expand our communities and look to where we can get other volunteer support and fundraising efforts involved, just because it's a super important initiative.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Thank you.
Reporting for Halton News, I'm Nikki Wesley.